If you thought changing paragraph alignment was easy in the last lesson, changing line spacing won't feel like much work either. You might want to change line spacing for a variety of reasons like improving readability or filling more of the page to improve page layout. Whatever your reason, it's an easy proposition. So we're still working here with our document called Job Posting 6, and you can see that up here on the title bar. If you're jumping to this lesson, go to the Office button, give it a click, then open, navigate to the Lesson 5 folder, and click Job Posting 7 and then open, and that'll get you caught up. The first thing I'd like to do is just zoom out so I can see the whole page, and I'm going to do that using my zoom slider here. I'm going to zoom back, and you can see as I can view the entire page here that not all of the page is being filled up with my text. There's a lot of room at the bottom. So maybe adjusting our line spacing between some of our paragraphs will fill out this page a little better, improving our layout. So what I'm going to do is just click here anywhere in the first paragraph. And now I'm going to change the line spacing for the entire paragraph by going up to the paragraph group on my ribbon and coming to the line spacing button, that's this one right here, and give it a click. So we've got some selections here waiting for us to choose from, like 1.5, 2, that would be double spaced, 2.5, 3, and so on. So let's just try 2 here for double spacing. And that might be too much. So we'll go back up and we'll change it to 1.5. There, that looks good. It's actually easier to read, and already we're filling up more of our page. Now, the line spacing affects the entire paragraph that we're in. To change the spacing of more than a paragraph at a time, all you do is you select more. So I'm going to click over here in the left margin and drag my mouse all the way down to select both of these sections for responsibilities and for some of the candidate must possess the following qualifications. With both of these selected now, when I go to my line spacing button, I'll be changing the spacing for both at the same time. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to try double spaced. Well, that's obviously way too much. So let's go back and try 1.5. And, well, that's better, but it's still maybe a little bit too much. Somewhere in between 1 and 1.5 might be good. So I'm going to click the drop down. And this time I'm going to go to line spacing options, give that a click. Because here's where I get into my paragraph dialog box, and you can see the line spacing is set to 1.5. Well, if I wanted to make it something different, like you can see double, at least, exactly, or a multiple of, I can choose by clicking from the drop-down list and choose my number here. So right now I've got multiple selected. I'm going to change this to 1.4, and I can type in 1.4. That's probably the easiest way, and click OK. So I've got multiple paragraphs here, multiple lines being spaced at 1.4, not just a paragraph at a time. That looks much better, and now I'm really filling out my page nicely. So we'll just add some space after the first paragraph and before the last section. So what I mean by that is I'm going to click anywhere in this paragraph up here, my first paragraph, and I want to add some space between it and my first section down here, which is responsibilities. To do that, I go back to my line spacing button, and I'm going to say add space after paragraph. You can see right away some more space got inserted here. Now I'm going to go down to qualified candidates and click anywhere in this line to add some space before this one. In other words, after my second section. I do the exact same thing. I click my line spacing button. This time I want to add space before the paragraph. And you can see how that just kind of centers out these two sections, so it's much nicer layout-wise and a little bit easier to read as well. I think that's much better. So remember, you can make some quick changes using the options in the line spacing button, or if you need to be more precise, you have more line spacing options at your fingertips.